It's been a while since I did a journey guide video, and part of the reason is I am a bit of a schlub and I haven't actually been farming journey guide characters lately. So yeah, if you've been following my streams, you will have noted that on Temin I've been farming Rebel Pilots recently. On Crimson I've been going for Sith Empire, which I did quite recently with Darth Revan and Darth Malik, so check up that corner. Should be a link to both videos during the course of this video for Revan and Malik. But in this one, we're going to go on to quite an older video, or at least an older character. So let's have a look at it, shall we? So, one we're going to look into is BB-8. Now, BB is someone I've already unlocked. I've had him at 6 stars for quite a while, but unfortunately, Kylo here took a bit of time. Not because he's a hard farm, but just for the fact that I took a very long time to just do the basics and actually farm and unlock him. So today I managed to get him up to 7 stars, and I was half tempted to not do the video today. I was going to wait until I got Kylo OG up to 7. But I thought, you know what, we're going to give it a crack with Phasma. I mean, if I just click here with her, you're going to see that she's not modded, so let's just throw some mods on her just so she isn't completely useless. So that's what we're going to go in with. I don't think there's any need to be too fancy. I've got some credits because it was creditized today, so let's see what we get here with these mods. Okay, she can stay at 12 there, and let's see, what's this one? That can stay at 12 as well. So, nothing too fancy, I've just basically given her a few mods. Maybe if I struggle to get 7 stars, I will upgrade this. But I'm certainly not going to put much more on. I mean, I've got some mobility mats here. I'll upgrade that one just because I think the extra 2 meter advantage could help in the event, but that's all I'm going to do. I mean, yeah, I could afford... Alright, I'll tell you what, I'll do all 3 considering, you know, I have got the mats. But that's about it. So she's had a little upgrade just to make her a little bit more viable, but really you don't want to be going into this event using Phasma. I personally wanted to use Kylo, as I've said. If you can get them, go for Hux, Sith Trooper, or the TIE pilots in general. I mean, this guy isn't too bad. You've got the Stormtrooper, he's pretty good. Phasma's just probably the one of the worst you could pick, so hopefully that will show you what this event's like. Okay, so I'm just going to show you tier 5 for the simple reason I've done tier 5 a few times and I think it's worth just showing you how it plays out. So, for the record, Kylo has now got a double Zeta. In my last stream he didn't. I've just put a Zeta on him today on Scarred. That will give Kylo a taunt at the beginning of the match, plus he has double counter chance while taunting. So just a teensy-weensy upgrade he's got. All the rest are pretty much the same. They've all got mods on, so they aren't doing too shabby. I think they've all got relevant ability mats as well. Maybe they could do with a Mega here and there, but nothing that's making me think, wow, I really need to work a bit harder. So I'm going to take Kylo out. I'm going to put Phasma in for the simple reason we're going to use Phasma. Let's just see how we get on. This is tier 5, don't forget. I won't do tier 6, but I will show tier 5. So they're advancing. So immediately they get the light show going. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Illuminated Destiny. Okay, so first turn, first order officer. That's pretty good. We want him to go first because we can essentially go, right, cleanse Kylo, and we're going to get the turn meter train going. First target in this event, kill BB-8. So, we're going to stun, and we're going to try and hit him hard. Okay, this double Zeta is coming in handy. Personally, I would advise anyone going for, you know, like this team, I would get the double Zeta anyway, because I think Kylo's just a great tune for it. Not to mention, with it being the meta at the moment, it would work. Let's put advantage out for everyone, do a basic with First Order Officer, and let's execute BB-8. There we go. Probably, okay, we can do the same now with Rey. And can we get Han out? Yes, we can. Can we get Chewie out? Yes, we can. And we won't get Finn out with this, but we can deal good damage, I bet. Alright, could have done a bit better. Let's do a basic. Whittle some turn meter down. Another basic. And bye-bye Finn. So, pretty simple, that. Now, tier 7. I haven't done this, obviously. This is the first time on all of my accounts I'll be going into it. But that is the same strategy I'm going to try and use. The only thing I'm expecting is a lot of preloaded turn meter. My fear is that I'm going to start this and immediately I'm going to lose Kylo unmasked for the simple reason he's got the double Zeta, he's going to be taunting from the beginning. So if there isn't any way for him to regain protection, he could struggle. We're looking here at the gear 8, 9, 9, 8 and 7. So I have not geared this team up well. So again, this could be difficult, but let's see how we get on. Here's BB. Who can't love BB-8? These guys, apparently. Okay, big deal. I'll take the ugly one. Ugly? They're wearing helmets. I know they're wearing helmets. Just shoot! So secret intel spreading around. Let's give that to Phasma, so she can then put advantage up for everyone else. We're going to stun BB, and once again we're going to go for him. So we're going to do a basic because we won't get max health up on Executioner. Oh, okay, big hit on Kylo. Hopefully he can ride it. Let's target Finn, just try and hold him back a bit. There we go. Let's send Slow onto the team as well. I keep saying Slow from Marvel Strike for speed down. Okay, let's do a basic. Double tap, very nice. I don't think we've got enough to take BB out yet, so let's just do a basic for now. We'll send that to Executioner. Now we should have enough for an Execute. There we go. So, no light show. Oh, okay. That looks nasty. I'll tell you what, let's try and get rid of the secret intel off Rey at least. Okay, nearly there. That should get rid of Rey. Ooh, this one will. There we go. Finn's looking close, so let's stun him. And let's knock back Khan. Let's do that with TIE Pilot. Then we should be able to use the execute thing here, the death sentence. There we go. Let's go over here, build up Executioner's max health again. I will go into the kits in detail for anyone who wants after. So we're just going to use the middle ability on Phasma, get Turmy to the team. We're going to give some more to Kylo, get rid of the debuffs. Let's do this third ability. I'm saying third ability because I don't really know what that one does. Again, we're going to use Death Sentence here, get rid of Chewbacca. Do a basic here, and Finn's got no chance, so just stun him again. Do a double tap. Well, maybe not double tap, but still. Death Sentence. Ooh, 2 meter gone. Come on, a bit more. Give him a tap. And Finn is out of there. So yeah, 7-star. That was much easier than I thought. I was expecting a little bit of resistance from the resistance. But yeah, we got 100 BB shards. We got 50 crystals. I will take that. That was a very good event playthrough. Now, I am just going to try and detail a little bit more of the strategy as far as... again, this wasn't difficult, but I just want to explain the kits in particular. So, Kylo. I feel it's important to discuss him because I've got the double Zeta on him. Yeah, I mean, essentially the leadership is key. It allows First Order allies to, whenever they gain a status effect, so that's a buff or a debuff really, they recover 5% health from protection. So you really want them to be spreading advantage around, which all of the characters have built into their kits. And you really just want to try and make sure that whatever move you use, they're gaining a buff. So that is a very much a key one for that Zeta to work. Scarred, like I said, I put that on today. It wasn't necessarily for this event. I thought Kylo would benefit in the long term having this Zeta. But for now I thought, okay, it should prove useful. If he gains a pre-taunt, it means that they won't immediately go for my weakest toon like Phasma, for instance. So that is definitely worth looking at, but I wouldn't go all in on it thinking this will really help me just get through this event. Okay, next toon on the list. First Order Executioner. Now, I love this toon even though I haven't built him up a lot. So, Judgment. Deal physical damage and gain health up 30% for 1 turn. If the target is debuffed, this attack is guaranteed to be a critical hit, and First Order Executioner gains advantage for 2 turns. Key bit at the bottom. He gains advantage. As I say, we want to spread that around the team. And also, the health up 30% for 1 turn. That is crucial as well, because the healthier that First Order Executioner is, the harder he will hit. So if you just go down to Total Order, when First Order Executioner scores a critical hit, he gains 10% max health stacking until the end of the encounter. So every time he crits, he's going to add 10% max health, and that will basically add towards his offense. As we see down here, First Order Executioner has bonus offense equal to 5% of his max health. So if we have a look at the health pool here, 26,343. So every time you're adding 10% onto that max health, so that'd be going up to 28,000, 30,000, etc, etc, etc. And the idea is the harder that you do that, take 5% of that total, so we're talking about 1,000 there. Each time you attack, you're going to keep building up your offense because the max health keeps increasing. So he's a very clever kit. You basically want to keep feeding turns to him so that he gets healthier and more offensive. So great tune to have. I would definitely use him in this event. And Death Sentence, as you saw, you can just go turn after turn after turn and wipe them out when they're low on health. It's all down to this, that if the attack defeats an enemy, he gains 80% turn meter and the cooldown of this attack is reset. So it just means he can keep going over and over. Plus, he gains, if the attack doesn't kill a target, he gains 40% turn meter plus 20% max health stacking until he defeats an enemy. So again, bonus offense. Great kit. Okay, First Order TIE Pilot. Now, as you saw, I didn't put the Omegas on here, so we'll look away from them, but as I did it, deal physical damage to target enemy with 50% chance to attack again. This chance is doubled if the First Order TIE Pilot has advantage. That's why first turn, instead of going to Kylo Unmasked, I went to Phasma, because she can spread advantage. That gets everyone going. So, yep, the way I see it, you had a 100% chance pretty much all of the event to have a second attack, so that basic works well. If you were interested in the Omega, it's just extra damage and it gains advantage for 2 turns if the second attack scores a critical hit. So that is good if you want to keep the turn meter train going as far as, well, not turn meter train, but if you want to keep the buff spreading around for Kylo's lead. But as you saw, it didn't really have too much of an impact. Gun down, again, I'll look away from the Omega, but it inflicts offense down for 2 turns on a critical hit, and if the First Order TIE Pilot had advantage, you also inflict health down for 2 turns, so that's okay. If you want to put the Omega on, it's an extra 15% damage, it inflicts buff immunity as well as health down, and that is if he has advantage, so I wouldn't consider that a big one. And the last one is a Zeta upgrade, so we'll just look at the non-Zeta version. He has 15% critical chance and 20% critical damage and gains advantage for 3 turns whenever an enemy falls below full health. So as long as you're constantly attacking and getting your enemies under full health, he will have advantage, and all those little buff perks that come from advantage in his kit, he'll kick in. So nice little kit again. The Zeta, I don't think that is wow. I mean, you basically round up his crit chance and damage up to 30%. And First Order TIE Pilot has a 70% chance to gain Foresight for 2 turns whenever he loses advantage. So it isn't bad because it adds to the survivability of the character, but I wouldn't really push for it. You know, if you've got tons of Zetas going around, fair enough, but my belief is that anyone who's watching this video will have either have seen or have skipped Arnold, mobile gamer, Cuss Fan Han, all of the big videos that covered it when they first did the event back in probably 2015, 2016. So yeah, I would be amazed if anyone who's got that many Zetas spare could afford to put one on First Order TIE Pilot. Okay, over to Officer. Now, for me, this is the key move, marching orders. Target of our ally gains 100% turn meter and advantage for 2 turns. If that ally is First Order, they also gain offense up for 3 turns, then you dispel all debuffs from First Order Officer and the target ally and grant them both tenacity up for 2 turns. So, great move, but you need the Omega. If you don't do that, the cooldown's longer and you don't get the dispel, which is a little bit annoying. So really, you want the Omega. It's a great ability, and I don't think there's any negative to that Omega. I'm going to try and keep using First Order on defense in Grand Arena, and I think that this will probably help out if ever I do get the odd win here or there. Okay, just for the record, Pinion Shot, that removes turn meter. It's not that reliable because it does work, but it's not the biggest ability in his kit. I mean, it does say if any turn meter is removed this way, each ally gains 15% turn meter, so it's not too bad. All First Order allies have the cooldowns reduced by 1, so that's good. You know, I'm not disagreeing that it's a good Omega to go for, but depends what you want to do with it. Capitalize, nothing too big there, just extra crit damage. Again, if you want to make him offensive, by all means go for that, but it's not a priority Omega. And as you saw, Phasma, I didn't really do much with her. You know, I'd argue Victory March is the important one for her. As it was, all allies gained 45% turn meter at the start when I passed turn meter to Phasma, so great opening move, plus the gain advantage for 2 turns. So it just made sure that once I got my first turn with First Order Officer, Phasma made sure that all of my team took turns, and then it was very hard for them to get their foothold back in. So definitely get Victory March if you're going for Phasma. And Onslaught, yeah, I wouldn't really push that too high. And Fusillade, again, maybe the speed down chance is useful, but not the biggest one. I wouldn't go for Fire at Will as far as using her as a leader. I mean, the Zeta lead is very outdated, let's say that. So, yeah, I wouldn't go for that. That's a paragraph of text I've never read, and I mean, I'll read it now just for argument's sake, but it gets rid of the damage penalty that calls from assist will cause, or at least it reduces it, I believe. First Order allies gain advantage for 2 turns at the start of each encounter, so that's not too shabby with this, but again, I think Kylo's lead's better as far as health and protection recovery, and they can't be critical while they have advantage, so that isn't too shabby again, but no, I wouldn't go for it. You know, unless you really want to try and do something a little bit weird. But yeah, that's pretty much how I did this. I feel like I've just run through that pretty quickly. And let's just go into my inventory and let's see where BB's sitting. Where are you, BB? You're down here. Okay, let's give you that promotion. Right. So yeah, I enjoyed that one. I think it was a very fun little event. It's nothing too difficult for anyone who's probably, like me, built time up with First Order. I've not really focused on them, but they've always been sort of a side project where if I've got a little extra gear here, I go, all right, you can have some of that. So it's nice to have actually got this event done. What's BB need here, just out of curiosity? Poggle needs that. I think I might hold on to some of this gear because I think I need it for some of the characters that I'm using on my favourites. But yeah, maybe you'll go up to 7 soon. But yep, next priority for my account here is to get the Grey Jedi training. So for those of you who didn't see my stream the other day, again, please check the streams out. You'd be supporting the channel if you do. The Veteran Smugglers I'm way behind on, 14 out of 30 and 15 out of 25. So they will be a priority on Cantina. And if we just go down here, we've got the Resistance. And yeah, they're pretty far behind as well. I mean, these two are leading the way. You know, they're doing quite well. But BB's finally got 7 stars, but Ray Scav and Finn are only on 4 and 5. So we've got quite a way to go. But hopefully, if I can just focus a bit of time, give them a bit of love, I can hopefully get this account raring to go with the Ray Jedi training, because she's been around a long time. She deserves a bit of attention from me. If anything, they give her a new animation, so I've got to do something about that. Alright then, so let's just wrap this up. So if you enjoyed this video, thank you very much for watching it. It has been a while since I've done a video like this where I've just done basically talking to camera rather than a stream. So thank you very much for watching. I am going to try and do more of these. I've been struggling to get time. As a result of that, there won't be a KOTOR or Hitman 2 video this week. It's been a really busy week again. I need to find more time to do recordings. But in the meantime, if you can hit the like button, if you can just show me that you're supporting the channel, I would appreciate it, because it just gives me that little edge when I'm trying to encourage myself to make a video and come up with something. So any support you can give me, thank you very much. Okay, on that note, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye for now all.